We are on, Brian.
Greetings, everybody. It's Brian, Terrian, Philip, and Jam for our Wednesday
Hi.
Hello.
YouTube Live. Yes, sorry to cut you guys off. Go ahead and say hi again.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Yes. I am participating from Veneros, Spain. So hola for all of you Spanish speakers. Don't ask me anything else in Spanish. That's about all I know. Jam is where in the world?
Still in Dubai.
Dubai. And Philip is in the country of Texas, right?
Texas.
Texas.
Austin, to be specific.
Great, great. Yeah, for those of you participating out there, it'd be nice to know where you're from. You can drop it in the comments today. So for today's event, I am going to share some information with you about a trend that's going on with disability recipients regarding supplementing their disability income, why more people are doing it now, why there's a trend of people that are able to supplement their disability income and keep their benefits, more so than I've seen in the 17 years that I've been doing this. So I'm going to hit some of the highlights, and this is part of the theme of topics that we've been talking about lately. Last week we talked about what income impacts your benefits. So all of these related links to earning extra income, how much money you can make, and the next steps for today will be in the show notes in the description here. All right, good. So, and if you have questions that you would like to get answered, you can enter those into the comments, whether you're participating in a Facebook group that Philip's monitoring or the YouTube channel that Jim is working on, you can drop your comments in there. And because of our internet situations respectively, we don't have high-speed internet, so we're not able to take phone calls today, but we'll be back doing that again soon when we return to our regular workplaces. Okay, ready to roll? Good, good. So here's the key thing that I've seen with individuals that are supplementing their income. And I don't know exactly, I think the trends certainly are driving it. And the ability to survive on a fixed income has become increasingly difficult. But I'm going to go through some of the key points that are driving the availability for people to earn extra income and keep their benefits. This is just my theory based on my experience of working with members and the trends that are going on out there. Number one, we have a low unemployment rate. And if you've been driving around in your local town and have looked at like the fast food chains or what a barista gets paid at Starbucks, I know in Vermont, it's like 18 to 20 bucks an hour. Right? I don't know if you've seen those signs, Philip. Yeah, I can hear you, but your audio is a little low. So so we have a tight economy. The other thing that has been helpful for people is the ability to work remote. Like as we all introduced ourselves here, this business we've been remoted since we started just because a lot of our workforce are disability recipients. But as we continue to grow the business, we're committed to a remote work environment. It just works for us, and there's a lot of companies out there. So that means that if you're used to a traditional work environment, you could migrate into a remote work environment, which may allow you to work part-time. Some other things on that note are I've seen people that have taken the skill set that they've learned. Maybe they've been a teacher or they've had some expertise in the medical industry, or they've had administrative skills and they've gone out and been able to freelance. So you can freelance on platforms like Upwork, where you can work your own schedule, you can get your own clients, and which is very conducive to what people need that have conditions that dictate their daily life. We've done an entire segment on how to freelance. It was about a year or so, maybe a year and a half ago, Jim, something like that. That helps people do it. And if you work in a traditional environment, for employers, I've known people that have gone back to work, even at companies that they've had to leave on a super part-time basis because of their expertise. So I'm going to wind all this down into an action step as we build up for what's an event in April that we're going to have that is going to cover all of this in more detail. So, and then technology. I mean, I am working here in Spain and I have my internet is off of my phone. I mean, I can do this anywhere, really. I can do it better in some places than others, but and so the last key thing that I've seen that's happened in the last 10 or 12 months is there's a specific job board for disability recipients. The only way you can get in is be a disability recipient, or if you're a veteran, I forget the rating for veterans, but you need to have a certain rating for a veteran. And you get into this job board. And this job board is got high profile companies that are looking for talent. So I haven't seen a board set up like this before. So on April 24th, you're going to hear from Mike and Kathy, who were here about a year ago, who are employment experts for disability recipients. And they're going to go through all the steps, all the details, how you can go through a process and get even you could even get a part-time job with a company, supplement your income and keep your benefits by working through this job board, right? So before we start taking some questions today, the key to all of this is, and I'm pivoting on my position from prior years, the key to all of this to getting started, or even if you're already doing something to supplement your disability income, is going to your vocational rehabilitation agency and getting a benefits planner. There's a long list of reasons to do it, but one is if you operate under their guidance, they can give you the resources that you need. You might need to get skilled up a little bit for a job. Maybe there's resources that you need that could be hardware. That's possible to get. But they will provide you an extra layer of support. And they will also act, or should act, like an agent for you to help you find work, to help you start a business. So regardless of where you're at in the process, maybe you've already started, maybe you're thinking about starting, whether it's a job or whether it's a business, I would follow the directions. There's a link in the show notes in the description. Contact your local vocational rehabilitation agency and just call and get set up with a benefits planner. There's no cost to it. Now, if you think about it, their incentive, is that the right word? Their incentive is to get you back to work. And it could be part-time, so you still keep your benefits. Or if you have the ambition to go full-time, then they can help you with the whole Ticket to Work program. So
Maybe
that is
it's their objective.
objective. It is their objective. It's what they're compensated for to do that. So I have no ties to Voc Rehab other than the fact that I have recently gone through and re-educated myself, reevaluated the process, and I don't see a downside. Let's put it that way. To getting connected with it, right? So let's get on to a few things. Jam, did you have anything notable from this last week to share before we start taking some questions?
Yes, I do. One of our members just shared They went on the website for NCIL, Center for Independent Living, and located in Pennsylvania area, then down to Philadelphia. They called the office and they returned the call within the 24 hours. Took her information and they made an arrangement for an in-house meeting to help her fill out the forms. So the forms are, as you know, forms are complex and most people need help entering the correct information. So the members share that we must know for those who are intending to contact their local Center for Independent Living organization, you must know what to specifically ask for each organization that you will call, and each information as possible. There is an abundance of housing available out there, so you just have to go down the rabbit hole to get it. And that's
Mhm.
from our member, Winter. Thank you, Winter.
This is the first time I've ever heard the word abundance and housing used in the same sentence. That's good news.
Yeah, right.
Wow,
Yeah. Mm.
wow, yeah. Good, good. Thanks for sharing that. Philip, how
Thank
about you? What's going on in your world over there?
Oh, let's see here. Excuse me, I have to get up. This is some really small writing.
Yeah.
Received notice of approval today after applying 4 years ago. I have not received an award amount letter yet. Under decision, it states medical improvement is expected with appropriate treatment. Consequently, a continuing disability review is recommended in 24 months.
Hmm.
I have progressive multiple sclerosis and continue to decline. Will I have to go through the whole application process every 24 months?
Hmm. MS, and they're expecting medical improvement.
Yeah, with
Interesting. Yeah.
appropriate treatment. Yeah. Now, I think what I'm gathering from this is Social Security stating this expected appropriate treatment. I don't
Could
know.
be. Could
Is
be.
is that them telling them that they expected uh, with the appropriate treatment they could get better?
It's possible. I mean, a few weeks ago, I did the thing on the piece on CDRs where they have the different, um, some improvement expected, no improvement expected, etc. I don't remember seeing that exact language in there, but I believe the focus of the question is, do I have to go through this again in
Yeah.
24 months? Yeah.
Yes.
We've come across that before. So the answer is regarding the entire application, no, you don't. There is a review process that if you want to learn more about the review process, it's really, I'll just give you the brief answer is there's a short form that's filled out that will ask you some information about if you've worked in your medical treatment. You might receive that or the long form. So once you have your form and you fill it out and send it back in, that's really the first step. It's not a whole new initial application. So to learn more though, on the YouTube channel, we have put 4 segments of a 10-segment comprehensive course about how to survive your continuing disability review. So you can just search a YouTube channel for CDR, find those. If you're a member of the Disability Digest or choose to join us and get a membership that there's no cost associated with, you can request the full 10-segment CDR course, which would be my recommendation. So you understand how to prepare, what happens when you get it, etc. Good question.
All right. Here's a good one. My husband and I separated for 8 months. However, got back together recently. We've been married for 25 years. I have not been employed for the past 8 years. During our separation, He applied for SSDI and was approved last week. He did not include me on his application due to our separation. My question, would I be entitled to any benefits under his claim?
All right. Who wants to answer that one?
Short answer, no. Sorry.
And the long answer is
The long
no.
answer is still no.
So a little bit more on that. And you can spin this question a bunch of different ways, but Social Security is an individual insurance program based on your own work history. Now, the exceptions to that are if you have minor children. If you have children under 18, they would receive 50% of your check until they turn 18. And, you know, depending on how many children you have, you reach a family max. Like, so that's an exception. But for a spouse, no, they don't receive any. Doesn't hurt to ask, though.
And for those children under 18, that's called auxiliary payments. Is that right?
Yes.
Auxiliary benefits.
Yes.
Now, what if the spouse is disabled themselves?
Then they can apply, but if they have work credits, right? So the
their,
challenge,
on,
this is, go ahead, Philip.
On their record, not
on their record. Right. Okay. One of the most common, I don't know if the word is pitfall in the system, is if you have husband and wife, one of them stays at home, doesn't work, but employment wise, but raises the children. So after like 5 years, their work history expires and they're not insured for Social Security disability and something happens. That's a tough situation. Sure, the spouse's work insurance can cover it, but if you have a major medical event, you go through that. So that is my public service announcement. If you know stay-at-homers out there, I think I just made up a new word, stay-at-homers, stay-at-home parents. They should find some type of a side hustle, like, earn $7,000-10,000 a year. Long story short is it saves lots of problems. Okay.
all I've got today off of the group.
All right.
All right. We have our live comment section from Crunchy, diagnosed with spinal stenosis, lower lumbar, got an injection but did help, recommended for depression and decompression and fusion, affecting my work and work options. Just wondering best option to apply.
How long it's been out of work? We know.
Still working, I guess, because he stated affecting my work and work options.
Okay. All right. Well, best option to apply. I'm gathering my thoughts on this because right now, if you are earning over $1,550 a month, you're not eligible to apply according to Social Security. So I'm going to presume that you are if you're still working. So your conditions would need to be severe enough to have you below that income threshold. And then as far as applying is concerned, the best way to apply, of course, is using our strategy here at the Disability Digest, because you can either do it on your own with our disability approval course, or if you want to have it done for you, you can speak to us about having either us work as your representative or somebody else if it's not a fit for us. And you can still use the course. So in the courses, there's no charge for the membership. There's absolutely no charge for the course. It's put together with industry experts, 3 different attorneys that have been guest speakers on these programs before, lots of our member content. So that works great. The real key to any application or even when you're approved is to make sure you understand the process and how to execute it. That's where most people, quite simply, just listen to their brother-in-law and they go and they follow his directions because he knew somebody he met at the dairy bar that did it that, they just, so they don't follow a process. But that is my answer, and I'm sticking to it.
Thank you, Brian. From Aries, I have a question approved for disability. I received a call from Ticket to Work program, but I cannot work due to my condition. What do I need to do?
You don't need to do anything. Ticket to Work is 100% optional.
All
Yeah.
right. I think the question is, do they need to respond or notify them with their
My
option
understanding is
decision?
you do not. You do not. I
Mm,
mean, if you're not able to work, I don't know exactly what your situation is, but back to the benefits planner. Meeting with them wouldn't hurt. And you can meet with them and tell them, or do nothing, I guess. I don't know the ramifications of doing nothing because I've never known there to be any responsibility tied with an obligation to Ticket to Work.
all right. Here's a question from Lulu Brian. What is the name of the job board?
The job board is Tap Ability, but you have to be invited to get in. So you're welcome to go check it out, but you need to go, one, through a benefits planner, and two, your benefits planner needs to have your plan set up, and then boom, get you into the board. Mike and Kathy are going to be here on April 24th to tell you all more about it. Yeah.
All right. More of a statement from Gregory. I don't need residual functional capacity report forms if I use the method you explained in your YouTube video titled Five Things to Do When Your Doctor Will Not Support You.
Yes, yeah. Statement.
Yes, statement.
Yeah. Yeah, get those limitations. Everybody should, whether you're starting, working full-time, approved, get your limitations in your medical records. Should write a jingle about that. Where's everybody
Alright.
from? Have they put anything in the comments?
Yes, we have Pennsylvania,
All right.
Virginia, of course, Lawana, Linda
Mm-hmm.
George, New York. Yeah, Iris was from Pennsylvania. Mamie from California.
Wow.
Well, yes, yes.
No Texans, Philip.
We
All
have
still
Phil.
sticking.
We have Phil, the token Texan.
Yeah, they're all fishing right now.
All right, this one's pretty long. From Willie, applied for Social Security, July 21 at 51 years old, and September 22 at 52, no movement on anything. Representative respectively would be 3 days before a return call back in status. Frustrated, began to use Google to research my medical condition, came across us, the Disability Digest. We are the best. Really sad. Thing that could have happened followed the suggestions Mr. Tarian stated in the live videos, and his suggestions were monumental. So kudos, Brian. Prime client who just gave it to the rep and sat back until the suggestion from Brian to take ownership. Continued my physical therapy, put together my 2 sentences that I would say in court to the judge, got doctor's limitations document, and wrote my congressman. January 22 at 53, age 53, seen at ALJ, got approved. 2020 February 2024, never watched the course, but even after getting approved, I plan to do that first. then move on to getting ready for my CDR down the road. Thank you, the Disability Digest Network, and a special thank you to Brian Terrian, Desert Storm veteran.
Love it. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for
Awesome.
your service.
Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you.
Approved.
All right. Yes, took him 2 years.
Yeah.
My
I wonder,
calculations are correct.
what was the rating? Sir, what was your rating? I was curious if you were 100 PNT
Yeah.
or less or. Yeah.
Okay, let's wait on that. All right. From Denise, I am aged out of over 10 years of SSDI into retirement, but still disabled. Can I get help returning to work? Do I have any rights under ADA? Can I get help from Ticket to Work?
Well, you wouldn't need the ticket to work per se because, right, if you're aged out of disability benefits, I don't know, I don't know why Voc Rehab wouldn't want to put you back to work. It's just, even though you're aged out, so I don't know the answer to that, but I don't know why they wouldn't. Check it out and let us know. That'd be great.
All right. So we have viewers from Atlanta, upstate New York, Florida, New York City, North Carolina, Minnesota, Virginia, California, Columbus, Ohio. Oh, that's it. Thank you guys for joining us today.
Yes. I just want to say for you New Yorkers that use the phrase upstate, that is one of the most misunderstood geographical terms for me personally, because I live in the Burlington, Vermont area, and I consider upstate across the lake, like Essex, Plattsburgh, and all that. But there's no definitive, like, where is upstate New York? Like, where does it start? Where does it stop? Anyway, that's my rant. Go New York.
Go
All
New
right,
York.
what's next?
Here's one from Crunchy. I guess just sharing what he does, working for cash and stay-at-home dad mostly.
All right.
All right. Aries responds to your comment, Brian. Okay, thanks, but I cannot sit, stand, or walk no more than 10 to 20 minutes at a time without being in pain, and pain medication put me to sleep.
Is this the individual that's still working?
Um, he was the one asking about Ticket to Work program, but cannot work.
Oh,
Already on disability.
yeah. Then do nothing.
Okay. Coming up from Maryland, North Idaho. I am in SEMI. What's that? Michigan? Southeast Michigan? Am I correct?
Oh, good. Right on the
Oh, yeah.
nose.
Oh, Tracy Anderson. Hello from Texas.
All right, go one more, Philip. Not everybody's fishing.
He missed the boat.
All right. It's a question from Sean. Why does the SSA block people for receiving benefits when they pay into it through working many, many years?
Oh my God, what a question.
Uh,
Well, why do they block them? Well, they don't block them. I mean, we actually have people that contact us, I don't know about daily, but frequently, that help people get approved. And I know for the last 4 years, for those that we work on directly, what the approval rate is. So people do get approved. I feel that the best way for me to answer this question is this. And I'm not gonna, well, I guess I am pointing fingers. If you legitimately cannot work and you have all the work history and all that, and you're not able to prove it, usually it's because you're doing something wrong. Right? I mean, if you go into the doctors, you've got a diagnosis, you've got limitations in your medical records, you can prove that you can't work. So you just, something's, one of those dots is not connected. That's what's preventing people. Anything to add on that, Jam or Philip?
Got it.
Well, I guess it's just really hard because of, as we all know, COVID has added to that, to the delay. But for technical, there's a lot of fraudulent activities out there, identity theft. So that's why
Mm.
Social Security is very strict on that.
Mhm. They want to
Mm-hmm.
protect their money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course. All right. Um, all right. Sean Simmons, New Rochelle and North Warren Davis, upstate New York is anywhere north of the city, Brian.
Yes. Now there are people, I believe, that will debate that, but all right. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, here's another from New York, Rochester, New York, Willie Brown,
Mm-hmm.
Nokomis, Florida, Richard. This one missed it. Rick from Frederick, Maryland.
Okay.
Hello. All right, here's a question. Any suggestions of passive income?
Ooh. Like things to do for passive income?
Yeah.
All right. Either of you want to go first?
For me, because I'm doing it, it's small investment, but
Oh, crypto. Passive investment.
cryptocurrency. Yeah.
Right. Good.
Yeah.
Passive investment suggestion, Philip?
Uh, yeah, waiting for one. Want to
Yeah.
get a good one, let
How
us
about
know.
my um all right. Question from Lulu. If you work the allotted amount, does that increase your check amount or do you earn more points?
It doesn't impact your check amount. Like if your check amount is $1,500 a month and you work, your check is still going to be $1,500 a month. Is that right? Did I
Oh,
answer the question correctly? You're looking at me like I might have missed something, that's why.
well, check amounts are based on work history, right? Throughout the years. Shouldn't
Oh, I
that,
thought this person was approved. Okay, okay.
yeah.
My understanding of the question was, if I'm approved for disability and
Okay.
work, is it gonna impact my check account? No
Okay.
wonder you're looking at me like, okay. So yeah,
Thank you
so
for
your
that.
disability check amount is like
Mm-hmm.
based on your work history and what you paid for taxes. So the higher
Mm-hmm.
your earnings, if you earn, $50,000 for 10 years prior to stopping, it's going to be different than if you earn 30. Yeah.
All right. Question from Brandy. What if we get grants and start a small business? Everything is separate.
Great idea. Yeah, I mean, so starting a small business is totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
And many have. Yeah.
All
Uh,
right. And follow up. How do you know when you have your CDR?
hmm. Yeah, you don't because they're not done on a consistent basis. Oh, I know when you know. When you open the mail and you've got either a short form or a long form. That's when you know for sure.
Yes.
But when that's gonna come,
Don't tell
Yeah.
you.
yeah.
Yeah. Stay under the weather, you guys. From Luana. Thank you, Brian, Jam, and Philip, because of your videos and priceless information. I was able to get and maintain my disability benefits. We'll take classes online. Thank you.
Yes.
You're
Congrats.
welcome, Luana.
Congratulations.
Spoke to her. Yeah. Um, From Adam, I've been on SSDI for 25 years. I've been discontinuing medication recently due to my condition not improving while taking these drugs. Will this be frowned upon on my next review?
Okay, really good. 25
Mhm.
years, wow. So here's what you do with this situation, and you could put in this category. You know, maybe you've been sent to physical therapy because they think you're gonna be better because of it, and it doesn't work out. You need to explain it away to your doctor and make sure that your doctor clearly understands that, okay, if I take this medication, it is doing this to me, or I've taken this medication for this long and it's not doing anything for me. And make sure that that information is accurately recorded in your medical records. Because if it's not, and then Social Security comes through and like you're supposed to be taking some medications or doing treatments and you're not, then it just opens that whole thing. You don't want that. Same at any stage, when you're getting approved, when you're trying to get approved, all that. Yeah.
All right. From David, I have long-term disability insurance through employment. They have scheduled my SSI hearing this week. Will this income go against my back pay from SSI disability pay?
It could, it depends how your policy was written. I wouldn't know
Mm,
um, based on that. But you know what? I'm hoping it doesn't. I hope you get
yeah,
all
of
of your back
course.
pay. Yeah.
Hmm. From Richard, I want to write a book on the ways to promote healing following a disability. How can I hide the money made from this and
Ooh,
still receive SSDI? Also, I am diabetic, so I need this health aspects.
okay. Well, listen, we will not reveal your last name, so we're not,
Hmm.
gonna have people calling you. But here's the attractive thing about this is kind of a passive income thing, not kind of a thing. If you write the book and you sell the book, and then you have royalties from the book, the royalties from the book are passive income. So the passive income doesn't count towards your earned amount. So this goes like your accountant categorizes the income. You've got upfront income that you've earned from, doing the contract and writing the book. And then you've got the passive income on the backside. So this is similar to how income is categorized for insurance agents. They earn an upfront when they enroll somebody into a policy, and then they receive the residuals on the back end. So book writing, content creation, things like that are have some advantages for those that want to pursue it. But my disclaimer is I am not a tax guy, I'm not an accountant guy, and take the information that you have, the business that you're going to do, and make sure you get it all validated with them. But we've interviewed others that have been on this channel that have told their story and explained it based on your situation. So go for it. Hey, listen, if you have a book and you get it written and you get some traction on it and you want to come out and get a push, send it over. We'll read it. If we like it, we'll have you on the show. How about that?
Right. Okay. Here's another question. I am I am approved, but if you work after retirement, Social Security increases your monthly amount based on the taxes you pay. Is it the same? One second. Is it the same on disability?
No, your check is frozen on Social Security disability. It's called a wage freeze. You can search the YouTube channel here and just the word freeze would be your keyword. Um, So when you apply for your disability benefits, your check amount at that time is locked in. So let's say it's $1,500 a month. And it's going to be that amount with the exception of the cost of living increase. So if you work or don't work, it's going to be the same.
All right. Question from David. If I start a business but have someone do the physical work, would that be considered passive income?
Yeah, yeah. You can own a business. There's nothing that says that you cannot own a business. It is the amount of work that you're contributing towards the business. Like, is it over 20 hours, which is a threshold, and what is the earnings that you're receiving from it? Now, here's where you have to be careful. We had a situation like this. If, and you've got to be straight up with this. If you're trying to hide something or and get into those situations, it's just not, frankly, it's not worth it in my opinion. But owning a business is totally fine. Like, yeah, like you could, I think, like in the next event that we're gonna do, we're gonna talk about different content creators and YouTubers that are working with limitations or their full disability recipients. And if you look at that business and what's required, like you can shoot content, you can have somebody else produce it, you could have somebody else manage the comments that come in from that. So your direct involvement is your face, your brand, your message. You could do that on, 5, 7 hours a week if you could effectively leverage the other points. So tune in for that one. That will be in 2 weeks.
All right. So our one of our live viewers is, I think, is this question is directed to me. Can you teach me crypto, please? I have no formal education about that, just researching YouTube University, Google.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm sorry. I can help you out on that. I mean, I don't want to provide false information. I'm just trying
Jim's
it
got a
out.
side hustle going on. Crypto.
Just trying it out. All right. After here's from Barbara. After watching videos lately, it is my understanding of that I am both grid rule disabled and listing disabled. More likely, no hearing will take place. True or
Um,
not?
is
Or
this a
what are your thoughts?
statement saying that
With a
because of,
question mark. Yeah.
okay. I mean, I don't know. The thing is, you've got to prove it. And that's the problem. There are people that I have met countless people. I always use John Green as an example, who came to us after he got denied his initial application. He had terminal cancer, and we had him at the reconsideration stage, and he passed away. And he had loads of evidence that was in his file, and it's just totally disheartening. So I don't want to be a total buzzkill on this, but there are people out there that are legitimately qualified, but don't have, don't prove it. They're just not able to prove it. So, all right.
All right. Oh, here's a statement from Denise. FYI, my CDR never came approved at 54, aged out at 66 years and 2 months. Good for you,
Okay.
Denise.
No more CDRs, no more income restrictions.
Yes. All
Time
right.
for two more, Jim.
Okay. Warren, I'm on SSDI but have started a small business. It has not generated a profit and a loss is occurring monthly. Do I need to report monthly to Social Security even if net income is negative or less than zero?
So you report
What if
consistent
I
with your
spend
reward
more?
letter, you tell them that you're going to be working and do it in writing is my recommendation, so it's on file. And they might ask you how much you're gonna make, and you can just tell them what you're, what you had told us. And I mean, starting a business, if you can make money right away, great, but you know, sometimes it takes a while, and I believe it's 3 out of 5 years you can run it at a loss. So you can pick up, you know, some potential tax benefits. So. Good questions today, huh?
Yes, good question. Um, I heard when you start a new business is to report a loss for the first three years, right? That's a question.
I'm not a tax guy, but I believe it's 3 out of 5 that you can run it at a loss, and then it kind of gets classified as a hobby.
Okay. Receiving comp, where I guess workers' comp and SSDI, can I switch to survivors benefits? My ex passed few years ago.
Yeah, if the check's higher, I've known people that have done that. Cheryl, right, Philip?
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wherever you are, Cheryl, shout out to you.
Hey,
Mhm.
Cheryl.
All right, last one, Jim.
Okay. Uh, Warren, if I spend 20 hours a month working, would this be considered SGA?
Yes,
Yes.
yes. I'd suggest you understand the consequences or dial it down to like 17, 16.
Mm-hmm.
16 would be better.
They say 20 hours a month or a week.
I heard a
A
week.
month,
Oh, a
maybe.
month.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine then. Thank you, Philip.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Or, mm-mm. um, from David, does my SSI disability claim go straight to retirement benefits at age 62? Does that help me in any way? If so,
At your full retirement age, it does, which would not be 62. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
so it's like 66 and change for others. Yep, yep. Jim, I'm out of time. I'm looking at my
Oh,
time. I expect to be
okay.
somewhere else coming up soon. So thank you for reading the questions
Of
off and your
course.
help, participation. Philip, as always, being here. Great to have you. And to everybody else out there. So just a heads up, in 2 weeks, we're going to have more of an in-depth, detailed conversation, give you some ideas about what other content creators, YouTubers that are working with limitations, disabilities. So perhaps that's something that you can do, or it might give you an idea, or maybe somebody that you want to follow. You never know. So that's the topic. But listen, I want to thank everybody for joining today. If you're new here at the Disability Digest, we are grateful to have you here. Our focus is to help you get, keep, and maximize your disability benefits. You can go through the videos that we have on our YouTube channel to learn more. But the best way we can help you, if you're new or if we haven't heard from you in a while and you're a member, is to join us, update us if you're a current member. And you can do that by going to the disabilitydigest.com. There'll be a link in the video description. And enroll, get a membership. Your profile that you fill out when you join us really provides a lot of value to us. It helps us understand where you're at in the process. Maybe you're still working, maybe you're out of work and you want to know if you qualify, or you applied and waiting, or applied and denied, or you're approved. So that information really allows us to get better channel direct info to you to help you get from here to there. And there's no charge for your membership. You know, our work is supported. We're in a partnership program with Google and YouTube, and we have ads and services and other things that we provide that allow this membership to be no charge. So if you feel it's a fit, we'd love to have you. Okay. Oh, won't be here next week, folks. Be still on holiday, but we'll be back in 2 weeks. So mark your calendars. Look forward to having you back. All right. Thanks again, everybody.
right.
Make it a great day.
Thank you, guys. Bye, Brian. Bye, Phil.
Tim.